Hi everybody, I'm back again. I had to call in sick today from work because my shoulder is killing me. Like I mentioned in one of my videos, probably a couple of videos ago, been working really hard, pretty much by myself, practically. I'm a cake decorator in a supermarket, so it's like mass production there, and both Super Bowl and Valentine's by myself, practically. I say practically because I got a little bit of help from the assistant manager, but I don't know when or where I hurt my shoulder. I'm sure it happened at work, but it's just like radiating out, and it would get better, and then as soon as I get back to work and start picking up boxes and mixing and doing all this other stuff, it starts to hurt again. And this morning when I woke up, and I guess my arm was up, I brought it down, and I like practically screamed. Didn't scream because my husband was still sleeping, but I was in pain, so I just called in sick. When he did finally wake up, I had my husband put some icy hot and he massaged it, which I'm very, very squeamish with pain. I can't deal with the pain from the massages. You know, you're supposed to feel it though, because you know, to break things down, but I can't deal with it, so I was like squirming around. Anyway, so he did it. It does feel a little better, and I took some Tylenol, but there's no way I was going to go to work today. So the point of the story is I played around a little bit this morning with those Pom Poms that I found at Joann's, and I don't have the packaging, somewhere underneath everything, but I did show in yesterday's haul video from Joann's that they have some new Pom Poms and some tassels. So these are the ones without the center thing that makes it a bead. So these, I put them in my little Target thing that I had for a few years, but it was overflowing. So I decided to turn them into paper clips. And there was actually 4 sizes in here. This larger one, but you only got 4 colors. I didn't do the dark, this is like a navy blue, I think. So there was this size, this size, this size, and then a ton of the teeny tiny ones, which you could still turn into paper clips, but look at the difference in size. I just didn't. I was thinking of turning them more into dangles later on, maybe, but or gift some, but that's what I have left. It was overflowing a little bit. So I did do only these 3. These are going to be for me because there were no duplicates. I didn't do this color. I love this type of pom-pom where it's a more dense, you know, kind of fiber. I love the colors, of course. So these are mine. And then I did 2 sets of each of the next size down and then the smaller one, so that when I make the TNs that I sell, or planners, I'm missing one. Oh, there's no gray. I only have 1 gray. I think there wasn't any more in the medium size. Yeah. So that would be a set there, but then they have the 1 gray there, so I might keep that gray one for me. But anyway, because I do make my planners in sets of 2, so that if one sells, I still got another one in the shop. Sometimes they both sell, but anyway, I made that size with the gold paper clips that I find online through Amazon, I believe. And then this set I did make all the colors. Now they don't have this particular pink in any other size except for the teeny tiny ones, I think. Let's see here. Yeah. So they only have it in the tiny and then the small. But I was able to do 2 sets in all these colors here. So let's see here. I'm going to try to pull just the colors. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors in that size. So I used a smaller paper clip for that, and I do have a tutorial or 2, you know, I don't know how many videos I have up already, but you simply put a little bit of hot glue on the tip and quickly like open up the fibers a little bit, sink it in, push it in hard, and squeeze at the top so it holds good. This way it doesn't stay floppy, because if you just put a little glue and just stick it there, it'll be floppy. So if you push it in, you know, open up the fibers, push it in hard, at the same time press. You see how I'm squeezing it? And then just wait a few seconds and then it'll hang on real good. And it won't be, see how it's not that floppy? So this one's a little bit, this fiber that they use on the cream colored one is actually softer than this one. So it's going to be a little bit floppier, but for the most part they're not that floppy. So if you hang on, I'm going to add to this video, I'm going to use the, where did I put that in there? I'm going to use the beading pom-poms next to make some dangles. And I'm going to add it to this video, so just hang on, and in just a split second you'll see what's next. Okay, so for this one we're going to do like a bit of a tutorial. I don't know how it's going to work out because I never used these pom-pom bead things that I found at Joann's. And this right here is just a container. It's $3 from Target. I don't know if they're going to bring them back, but inside I put all of those pom-pom doohickeys. So I'm going to pull some out, just a few, because there's different sizes in here. They are the soft kind of pom-poms, not made of yarn or anything. So, you know, the kind that we use to put like a little cotton tail on the bunnies and things like that. So we'll just pull these out and see what we've got. And what they put inside of these pom-poms is just like a plastic tube that you can actually see. So I pulled out my beading / charm making containers. These are containers from the Dollar Tree, and I absolutely love these, except I wish they didn't have this bump here. I would have preferred they just made flat on both sides. So I'm probably going to look for some equivalent container like this one, not so big because I want to keep it in my drawer, and replace it. But for now it's working out. You can't stack these on top of each other, but you can't stack anything else that would be flat. So anyway, we're going to be using gold eye pins or flathead pins, one or the other, or both. And then I'm going to have my little findings here as well. I don't know how crazy I'm going to get with this, but they, you know, these is some other things, like if you want to build a big piece. Let's see, I'll put that aside. Alright, so like I said, I've never used these before, so I don't know how they're going to look, but I've seen people just string together several of these. We're going to go ahead, and some of these are just oddly shaped, so I really don't like that. So then I was thinking, why not just threading string with a needle through a regular pom-pom? But this does make it a little more firm. Maybe the gray one. Or this one. Let's try this one here and see what we've got. So where's this shade coming from? There. Oh, I don't have all my lights on. That's why. You're still hearing the squeak. I showed you that I bought a chair yesterday from Tuesday morning, and it's going back. After a couple of hours of sitting on it, I felt the pain of it, the cushion not being thick enough. So my husband was right. So yeah, I'm gonna return it, and I'm gonna keep looking. So some of the tools that I typically use when I'm making dangles with, if I have to use the eye pins and stuff, so I would use most of these items here, which would be 2 of these flat pointy nose pliers. They have teeth. They both have teeth in them. And then I would use a little cutter here to cut my pin. And then these round nose, needle nose pliers to curl and make a loop on those pins. So I might be turning some of these into paper clip dangles. I don't know. I just left those out. But for now, we're just making like regular dangles. So I'm going to pull out, let's see here. I'm going to use this. This is the flat head, so it's going to be by itself, but this is going to go straight through that tube, so we need something in there. So I'm going to go ahead and see what I have here that's, the hole is small enough to catch like this gold piece here. Let's see. This is like a little spacer, so that should catch. And I don't know if I like how I could see that tube there, so let's see how it will look with a bead cap, like maybe this one here. See how that looks. That's actually cute. I like that. So it's a little fuzzy. Oh, I like that. Okay, so we're going to do that, and then we're going to do something similar to the top because, again, you could really see that. I wish they put that smaller. Although, probably could just cut it with... But you know what? Let's leave it as is and just add another bead cap. And if I just use the same kind, yeah, you know what, I'm trying to see if you can still see that plastic. I guess it's okay once you fluff it. Okay, we'll leave it like that. So now I'm gonna just, okay, maybe not, that's pretty hard. We're going to, I'm going to try to hold everything snug, and I'm going to bend this over so that the bend is like close to this, and then we're going to snip off a piece, and hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I can't zoom in any closer. So I want to leave enough to create a loop. I don't know what size that is, but you can kind of see the distance between this and the pliers. It's like close to ½ an inch. So I'm gonna, it might be too much. Let's go a little shorter than ½ an inch. And just clip that off. And then with our needle nose pliers, we're going to curl in the opposite direction and just create a loop. I think it was too long. Yeah, that's too long for some reason. I guess I didn't hold it enough. Oh, this gold thing is really hard. Oh no, it's not too long. Or it's just me, my hand's not working. Okay, that worked. It wasn't too long. It just made a little loop. Okay, so that is pretty much done, and I think this will make a really cute paperclip dangle. So let's just add a ring. If you want to make it to, like, say, attach to your planner, like, you can just, you know, hook it up here or add another piece here. Then you could use a lobster clasp. But for the paperclip, I think we could just add a ring to it, and one should be enough, I think. And this is where I'm going to bring my 2 flat needle nose pliers, and making sure that the opening is on top. I'm going to grab both sides, and see how I have this, because I'm just going to move one over so that it opens up, and then add it to here, and then add it to my clip, and then just go in the opposite direction to close it. Make sure there's no space. Okay, it should be closed. And then we have, that is cute, and this will be great for spring, Easter. Oh, I gotta put this on here just so you could see a little better how it would be cute, like a bunny tail. So let's just do one more, and this time we'll do a little one. Let's do a different color. See, I don't like the way, look at this shape here. It's not even formed right. Let's do this one. I mean, you could even put them on the same thing. Alright, so same concept. I'm going to grab another one. They do sell this in different lengths too. I always just get the same size. And I'm going to do exactly the same, just with maybe different end caps, bead caps. Like maybe if I could find, let's see how this one looks. Yeah, that one's a little more dainty. And then the same thing on top, or actually let's do a little smaller. I found a little smaller cap there. Put that on top. No, I don't like that little one. Let's change that out. Try to find the same thing. So the majority of my findings I have found at, is this the same size? Like Walmart and Hobby Lobby, sometimes Michael's, but pretty much all of this is store bought, more, what do you call it? You know, physical stores, not online. Okay, so that is cute. I like that. Let's just do the same thing. I got a better grip on it now. And cut. This time I went a little shorter, like a lot less than a ½ inch. Okay, and then the same thing here. The shorter it is, the harder it is to get that bottom to close there, but it should close. And I think we're good. I'm going to try to straighten it out. It's just so hard to work with these little things here. Okay, let's see if I just grab on with the two. It's a little crooked. Okay, now we're good. Okay, now I got my little dangle there. And again, should I put them together? I think they'll be cute together. I'm going to use like a same size, I think, yeah. Do the same thing. Whoops. Oh, that's cute. I think I'm gonna need a third one because I'm a person that's got to do threes, odd numbers on certain things. Although, I have another idea. Instead of trying to stick a third one like that, put 3 on one ring. That would probably be better. But let me go ahead and do one more while we're on here. The third one is going to be a tinier one, so let's see how I'm going to do that. I got super tiny thingies here. And another one of these, and I know I have smaller ones, so let's try to find, there they are. And there's a different one, so I'm going to try, I don't need that many. I like to keep closing this each time because sometimes I'll whack these things and stuff just kind of bounces out because everything is so close to me right now. So yeah, that's why I keep closing it. But what I think I am going to do is take them off, which I could just slip them out like so. See, they just will slide out. You don't have to undo it because I'm going to hook them onto one ring and then put it on here. So we'll try that. But right now we're going to put our little bead cap or spacer there at the end. Let's try, I don't know if this one's going to work. Again, these little tube things are really, they do show. Test this one out. I don't like how it lays. The bottom one's not too bad, but the top one I didn't like how it lays, so let's try the other one. that one looks better. Okay, so we'll use those two different ones. And need to fold this over again. This is going to be even harder because it's tinier. And cut. I'm going to give extra there. And okay, I think I'm good. Yep. Okay. It's all nice and snug too, and I'm kind of just fluffing those little pom-poms. Alright, so we need 2 more rings, or yeah, jump rings. So I'm going to do one bigger one, then one smaller one for this guy. And then we're going to put the 3 on one. So then we'll put them all in the one ring. Okay, we'll just close it now. Alright, so we got 3 dangles here, and now for this, I'm just going to open it, attach the 3. Let's see, I think I'll do like one, the small one, the big one, and then, ooh, what happened to this guy? Why did this get so mangled? This must have been one that I had used previously. It'd be funny how I happened to grab that again. Okay, try this again. Alright, now we're on. Grab onto this small, large, and medium. That way they kind of hang. Oh, that's gonna be so cute. It's gonna be a little chunky for a paperclip dangle, but I think it's gonna be cute. Okay. Just making sure everything's flat. But look, it's an Easter dangle. How adorable is that? So I'm gonna make a couple of these so that there's 2, and I'm gonna hang this one for now so you could see on a planner. You could put this on anything for, you know, projects like pocket letters and stuff, loaded pockets or whatever, but since I'm a planner slash crafty girl, oh, wrong end. Make sure it's on the correct end. This is how I use mine, and look. The same thing goes for if you want to make add this. I'm going to show you how you can add it onto a, see how I have this one here? This is not a paper clip. This is a this you can hook up to your binder. So what I'm going to do right now is show you how to do that one real quick. Same concept with all of these pieces here, but instead we're going to take this off. We're going to add a lobster clasp, and just make sure that the opening is large enough to fit around your rings. It doesn't necessarily have to fit when you open it, and then you know, because it might not. But the hole itself does, because all you gotta do is open your binder rings and then add this on. I'll show you once I'm done. So one of these, and then just an extra jump ring, which trying to see what size I have on there now. I'm just going to use this larger one because I think it'd be, no, that's too big. I'll just use this one here. It doesn't need to be that big. Okay. So a lobster clasp again, and on these particular ones are actually gold plated. They are from Hobby Lobby, but they always have them on sale, half off, and they're not really that expensive for something that is gold plated. But okay, what am I doing? So now same thing with these jump rings. You're just gonna open it up, and then you're going to hook on your lobster clasp, and then grab your little cluster here and hook on the big ring onto that, and then close it up. Make sure it's closed well, and now we have a dangle that we can clamp. Either you could attach it to your I'm showing you the wrong thing here, the elastic on a traveler's notebook. I just want to show you different ways that you can use this. You can put it on your purse, of course, but you can do this and have a cute dangle there. You can add it to the front of your elastic, of your planners, and even the ring bound if you have that kind of a strap. Let me put this back on. My fingers aren't working today. Okay, so that's that one. And onto your rings, and I'm going to show you. See, these clasps will not just come right off, if you try to open it. You have to open your binder rings and try to use the actual things on the end instead of trying to open by hand, and then slip this on. So in reality, you don't need a lobster clasp. You can just use a large enough ring to do this, but I'd like to have it on here so that if I wanted to put it in the front or some other place, I can. But it's perfect there. You can always add more links if you need to, if you feel like it's going to get caught. But as you can see, it does hang. That second ring hangs off just fine. And there's that. So let me just kind of, this is so cute. Look at that, how cute is that? And then again, you can either do it that way or on the clip and then just hang it with the clip. So there you go. There is my tutorial for today. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time. Bye now.